Hello.
Welcome to TreeRoots with Doug and Lark.
This is our first official sit-down podcast episode. Other than the one that we did my senior year of college. Music on the Brain, for those of you who remember. Terrible. It was a great episode. Really good.
It was good. It was really good.
But it was definitely for a class. You could tell it was for a class. But anyway, this is our first official podcast episode where we're sitting down talking, which is really exciting. And if you've noticed from the first two episodes on the channel, Doug's really good at filming me and asking me questions and really involving me. But I figured, why not for our first introduction episode, it'll be about Doug.
All about me, baby.
And the reason why I want it to be all about Doug is for two reasons. One, he's really good at highlighting me and showcasing who I am and what I do. So I want to do the same for him. But two, Doug's the best person I know. He's so cool and so nice and really unique and funny. And sometimes I don't feel like people get to know that about you because he's very reserved and he's so sweet, but you'll really open up to the people that are embedded into your life. So now that we have this channel, they're embedded into our lives. And so I figured, why not make this episode all about Doug?
Can I just say I feel very honored.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
You're the best person I know, too. You awesome.
Shucks. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
But anyway, so before we get into that, though, we should say that we'll always be asking our viewers what they want to see, what they want to hear, what they want us to talk about, what the roots are of what we like and kind of enjoy and things like that. So yeah, you'll see lots of different stuff from us, and each week will be different because new things are always coming out each week. Is there anything that you'd like to say about this channel and our very first episode?
I guess I'd just like to say that it's definitely a constantly evolving, growing process, and
You don't have to be so serious.
it's a constantly evolving and growing process. No. So I'm very excited to see where everything takes everything else. So, yeah.
He's nervous. I can tell he's nervous.
Am I nervous? Am I a little nervous?
Nervous.
Do I seem nervous?
But anyway, welcome to our studio. This is our studio. Do you like it? This is Doug's drum set that he got from his best friend James.
Drum set that I should probably be practicing more on. Well, yeah, not if Larkin has anything to say about it, but
No, I want him to grow and I want him to be a great drummer.
But
It's loud.
this drum set, Larkin's area is right over there.
My
right
room is
over
basically
there.
over there. So
So, yeah.
anyway, Doug, without further ado, would you like to talk about yourself?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So like I said, Doug is really interesting and very exciting and very unique. And I love that about you. So I have a few questions to ask you. Would you be willing to answer them for me?
Yes.
Okay. Amazing. Before we get into it, I just want to say we saw Wicked last night. And Doug and I can't stop singing it. So if that comes up...
What song can you not stop singing right now?
Loathing, unadulterated loathing through your
voice.
Your clothing.
So strong.
What about you? What can you stop?
Something has changed within me. I just love that. I love how that song starts.
Something is not the same.
I mean, it kind of sucks. There's only one guy song in Wicked that I could actually try to sing.
Until the second act.
All right, but no, it's great. I love the music of Wicked. I love it.
Okay. Anyway, so are you excited?
Yes.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like I'm really good about talking what I like. So I'm going to ask you questions about what you like and what describes you. My first question for you. Oh, how old are you?
I am 24.
Okay. And when's your birthday?
My birthday is August 22nd. I was born August 22nd, 2000.
And he's
Turn of the millennium.
a Leo.
I'm a Leo, and I'm the year of the golden dragon.
Oh, I did not know that you
Yeah.
know that. Okay. And another question for you is, how many siblings do you have?
One younger sister named
And-
Maddie Grande.
Hey, Maddie.
I'm Maddie.
And how many pets do you have?
I have two, one pug and one Siamese cat. Annabelle, the pug, and Mulan, the cat.
And what do you do for work?
I'm a civil engineer.
And what
project
is
manager.
your favorite hobby?
Guitar, playing music.
Okay. Okay, so those are the basics.
I don't
of
even
Doug.
think that I can really say that's a hobby though.
What?
Because that's more than a hobby. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's still like your main hobby.
Right.
Like if you were to consider, like of course it's like your passion, but I have hobbies that I consider passions.
Got you. Okay.
For sure. Like another hobby could be like you go to the gym.
Yeah. And
we
golf.
watch-
I'm liking golf. I
Golf?
love golf now.
And we watch movies.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted everyone to get the backstory of Doug. Because you are on paper an average guy. But you are more than that. And I think that's what's really exciting. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, if you were to introduce yourself to someone using only 3 songs, what would be the 3 songs that like describe you? And it's like, "Hi, I'm Doug, and what could describe me would be these 3 songs. What would they be?"
This is really interesting. Well, I think I have to do a Beatles song, so I think I would do "In My Life" because I'm a very kind of sentimental, like to look back on good old times type of thing.
Nostalgic, man.
Yeah. Yeah, nostalgic man. Yeah, for sure. So "In My Life" is in there. I guess I would have to put an indie rock song in there just because I love that genre. So, good indie rock song. Maybe I'll do something from Men I Trust. Maybe I'll do "Numb" from Men I Trust because it's a very good mellow
How does
song.
it go?
No. I'll do "I Saw You in a Dream." I Saw You in a Dream. There we go, by Japanese House. That's number 2. Number 3, Magnolia.
This is very interesting to me.
Really?
Yeah, because those are 3 of our like favorite songs.
And they're great songs.
But anyway, I think those are 3 really good songs. So you said "All My Life."
In My Life.
Oh, oops, that's embarrassing. So in my
Life by the Beatles. I Saw You in a Dream by the Japanese House, and Magnolia by John Cale, but specifically the version by Eric Clapton and John Mayer.
Yeah. Okay, great songs. Are there any other songs that you would like to give a shout out to that people can listen to right now?
You Can Call Me Al by Paul Simon. I mean, more Beatles songs. Here Comes the Sun.
You know what we'll do? We'll put together a Spotify playlist and then link it in the bio. And then you can go listen to Doug's songs.
Yeah.
Or Doug's top picks.
Cool. I love it.
Just thought of that on
Doug's top picks.
Yeah. Okay, great. So that's one element to Doug, is he loves songs and music in general. And another element to you is you love media, entertainment, film. So I wanted you to share with everybody what your 4 top Letterboxd movies are.
On Letterboxd,
and
okay.
Why they... If you don't know what Letterboxd is, 1, you should. But 2, Letterboxd is a movie rating app where you can like have watch lists queued up for you. Like if you are always talking to your friends or whatever, saying like, "Oh, we should watch this movie. We should watch this movie." Like it's a place to actually log all the movies you want to watch. Then
it's a place to keep track of when you watched certain movies and what movies you've watched throughout the year.
And you can, when you log them, you can write a description or a review, and then you also have like a 5-star system that you can rate on, and that's really big in like the movie review industry / like just randos like us. It's more accurate than like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff like that. So anyway, Letterboxd is a big, widely used app between Doug and I. So anyway, back to the question at hand. What are your 4 top Letterboxd movies on your ranking, like the ones in your description?
So I want to go 4-1, but I don't know if I can actually remember all 4 of them off the top. No, I know 3 out of the 4. What's the 4th one? Yeah, can we pull up on your phone? Or no, I can pull it up on my computer actually. But while I do that, I'll name one of them that I love is The Pianist. This was a movie that I knew was good, but I didn't really know anything about it. I mean, obviously it's about a pianist. Like that's pretty obvious, but I didn't realize that it was really about the story of Jews in the Holocaust and how terrible it was And then one of the things that really like spoke to me and really stood out to me is how music can like cross those divides between people that are supposed to hate each other, but then ended up showing love and like actual human empathy towards each other just through the power of music, which is beautiful. I mean, it shouldn't have to have happened just because of music, but I thought it was a beautiful movie done so well. It's a shame that it's done by a piece of trash.
Who?
What's the dude's name that did it? The director.
Well,
Is
you
it
can
Roman
look it up.
Polanski? It's Roman Polanski.
I
mean, he's a piece of trash, but it's a good movie. So that one, The Pianist. Next one, Pulp Fiction. This is another one. I think might need to take Pulp Fiction off and put a different movie on because I've seen a lot of good movies this year. Like I maybe Dune 2 would get on there. I don't know.
But these are your top 4 of all time. So if you are consistently
right.
always saying that Pulp Fiction is one of your favorites, I think it deserves a spot there.
Pulp Fiction is one of those movies where you can come back to it any time and it's still as entertaining as the first time you watch it. I love just how crazy the story is. I love obviously the characters and the dialogue. I think it's Quentin Tarantino at his best because, well, I don't know if.
Well,
is it Pulp Fiction or is it what's the other really good one?
Inglourious Bastards.
Inglourious Bastards or Reservoir Dogs. I think what I love about Pulp Fiction is that it's got the craziness and the edginess of Quentin, but it didn't go too far into like his like quirkiness. Well,
That's
maybe it did.
Very nice way to put that. That's a very
maybe
nice
it
way.
did go too far with the freaking coffee scene.
Well, can I ask you a extended question off of this?
Yeah.
What do you like about Quentin Tarantino?
I like how he writes dialogue.
Oh.
Dialogue scenes between characters, and I like how he helms an action scene, and yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's just so interesting that he likes Quentin Tarantino because he's crazy.
Yeah.
But you're like, you find like the magic in what's the movie he has about the people in Hollywood? Was that Quentin Tarantino?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Was that him?
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite movie
You like that
of
one?
the. Well, it's. I was gonna say it's the less gory one, but all of them are gory. So it's just the least.
It's just
of
the
them.
gore is just compacted into the last like 5 minutes.
But
So,
I think it's really cool that that's on your top 4. Okay. What is your
2 more.
Okay.
The Big Lebowski. And see, like when I saw movies growing up and I saw the protagonist, I tried to emulate the protagonist.
Really?
Afterwards, after I saw the movie, I tried to like take in like who that person was and you know how that character was talking to people and how they like kind of carried themselves walking. And I tried to like mimic that. And I think with the Big Lebowski, that's the longest I actually kept up with, like, cause like with with Han Solo, like you know, I watched Star Wars and I would try to be Han Solo for maybe like you know that would last maybe a day and a half. Indiana Jones like a day and a half. But with the Big Lebowski, I might still be doing that, to be honest. I might still try to be like the chillest guy ever. Like, for
Do you
the
think
most
that's
part.
where that came from?
Yeah.
Really?
I think some of it, at least half of it, is where that came from.
Wait, so why do you think that you did that growing up?
Because I just love movies. I love the characters in movies, and
You wanted to be a character yourself?
I don't know, maybe a little bit.
Okay, let's
Or
go.
I would just like look at these characters in movies. I would be like, they're so cool. I want to be like, that's the key. That's how you like look cool on the outside.
Okay.
And of course, that's just like stupid, like being a high schooler and like trying to be cool all the time. But what I love about the Big Lebowski is like he gets the craziest stuff thrown at him, and at the end of the day, it's like, oh, you know, whatever, man. Let's just go bowling. So
Okay, let's go back. It's very cool that you say this because Doug growing up was always filming videos. Always getting his friends involved, Maddie especially, always probably one of the first people to die in the videos. But
we gotta talk about that at some point.
Oh, we will.
We gotta go through that.
Oh yeah, one of these episodes will be going through all. Oh my god, that should be one of the next ones.
Yeah.
Is going through all of
Going
Doug's
through
old.
the old videos.
Yes.
Oh man.
Maybe we should have Maddie there for.
Yeah, Maddie's
that.
got to be there for that.
Okay.
Maddie and Jack, they both got to be there for that.
So anyway, Doug used to film all these things, and he was always the main character. Always. And if he wasn't the main character, he was the director. And I have been on the receiving end of Doug's director-esque vibes.
And you know what I would do? I would have so many videos where I'd be the main character and I'd be the one standing at the end of it. Like we'd have these Nerf battles. I'd be the last guy standing for so many of these videos. So I'd be like, to get people to still want to make videos with me, I'll be like, all right, Jack, I'm gonna die first this time. It's all right. I'll die first. You'll win.
That's very kind of you. So I think it's so cool that this is something that you've had in your life for so long. I think you've just always had a creative bone in your body. Because like I think editing videos was potentially your first hobby, next to baseball.
Yeah, it was my first like creative hobby.
I think it's really cool that that's like stuck with you. So I love how much, because the thing Doug and I do is we watch movies. We are always watching movies and talking about media and things like that. So
we're watching one tonight? ?
We might watch The Wizard of Oz tonight. I'm feeling a little eepy, so I don't know.
You gotta be up early. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, last one. 2001: A Space Odyssey. Larkin does not like this one.
We saw 2001: A Space Odyssey for Doug's birthday last year in an old-timey theater, which was a really, really good place to see the movie. Huge theater screen, packed audience. Like, it was a really good experience. I didn't know what 2001: Space Odyssey was remotely going to be like. Like, I had not a clue. Not a clue. And then when we're watching, I'm like, oh, of course Doug likes this movie. Like, of course. It's so interesting and, like, one of a kind. I still don't really think there are many movies like this at all, actually. But I know you were eating it up. For me, I don't think I'll ever watch this movie again unless it's, like, for you for your birthday.
Yeah. What I love about 2001: A Space Odyssey is my favorite part about movies is it makes you, like, feel something. Like, it touches you. Like, music does, like, you know, maybe a good piece of art does. But what I'm always searching for in the next movie is I want a movie that is going to touch me and that I'm going to be thinking about for, like, the next week. So when I watch 2001 and you get to the end of it, and no spoilers if you haven't seen it, but what happens, I'm like, yo, what is going on? And then you start thinking about, what is my purpose in the universe? What is the purpose of the human race in the universe? And I just love that movie. I love how it just makes you think. I love how it's shot. I love how the story basically arcs from the beginning of mankind to the very end and next step of mankind. So, yeah, it's awesome. It's epic.
Very cool.
So that's that, yeah.
I think Doug and I have had multiple conversations throughout the almost 3 years we've been together about our existence and, like, the purpose of existing. And it, like, goes deeper than that. It's deeper than, like, the why are we here? It's something that I think terrifies and also excites the both of us, where a lot of the time I'm crying, not because, like, I don't know why I'm here. It's more like I cannot waste the time that I have here. And we're very moved by the purpose of living and, like, the purpose of being people. And we're very moved by the things of, like, serendipity. So there was a point in Doug and I's life where we didn't even know we existed to one another. And then all of the steps in our lives led to us meeting. And then now we're to all the steps where we're living together. And then it's to all the steps of whatever is to come. But it's like, if I didn't make certain choices, or if I had thought longer about certain choices, like, who knows if I had ever met you. We're from two different parts of the state. Like, there's no saying that we would have met each other.
Yeah.
So all this to say, like, you and I it doesn't surprise me that you like pieces of media like that, whether it be a song, a piece of writing, a poem, a movie, anything that questions not only the purpose, but, like, the time that we have here, I think matters to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And to me.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, I don't want to waste time. I'm terrified of it.
We Live in Time. That's another good movie.
That movie was so good. And it was so good for all of the reasons that you wouldn't even know why it was good. How long have we been running for?
20 minutes.
All right. Okay. So I only have one more question for Doug. And then there's also another question that I'm thinking about right now. But I'm going to ask this one first. Okay? So what's been your go-to media as of late? And what's inspiring you? And what would you recommend to someone right now? So I know it's like 3 parts. So maybe let's go to what's been your go-to media as of late.
Go-to media, like TV show, movie,
I mean,
music.
media or entertainment can be anything. Like I'm saying anything. Like whatever your first thought is. To like something that I want to watch right now to keep me entertained is going to be, or something that I'm going to participate in right now that I want to be entertained with.
Right now, it's Wicked. Right now, it's Wicked, man. I never thought I would say that, but right now, it is Wicked. Right now, it's Cynthia Erivo singing Defying Gravity. At this very moment, that's what it is. She killed it, man. She was so good as Elphaba.
The Wicked journey started back in the summertime because I was listening to probably The Wizard and I or something. And then I told Doug, have you ever listened to the full album? And he's like, no, the only people in my life that had were my dad and my sister. And so then I was like, okay, well, go to work and just listen through the album. And if you listen through the album, you don't know the story, but the music's amazing.
Even before that, though, there would be a couple times we're in the car and you're like, can I sing you a song? Can I sing you a song? And then
I scream in his face, The Wizard and I, and then Defying Gravity. So anyway, he listens to it at work and then he loves it. And so then I was like, okay, well, for your birthday, I want to take you on like a trip or like a day trip. I will gladly get us tickets to Wicked for your birthday. And I was like, I'll only get it if he wants to see Wicked. Like, I'm not going to get it because I want to see Wicked. But I wanted to make sure it was something for your birthday. And so I ended up getting us fantastic seats somehow. Mm-hmm. So then fast forward, his birthday's in August. And then I got the tickets for November because I knew the movie was coming out. So I wanted to time it perfectly. And we did it. We timed it fantastically. So then we go in November and then all of the obsession, like your obsession to Wicked kind of died down. You know, other things took place, and then now we're back on like a great train of.
Yeah, once I saw it on Broadway, and then watching the movie,
right,
it's an all-time high right now. All-time high.
An attached piece of this is Doug is Elphaba.
You really think so?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean that in the best.
I love animals. Way. I wish I could fly, and.
You love animals. You wish you could fly. You want everyone to be understood.
Yeah.
So to go back to the beginning of this point of this episode, is Doug is the most selfless and accepting person ever. Okay, any person that feels like they maybe are just slightly left out, Doug is the person to include them. Doug will always notice it and go above and beyond to make sure that that person is included or has a friend. And Doug was really good at finding all the quirky people in high school and college and making them feel like they had a friend group and then creating a really good friend group from that. So I think that Elphaba's character traits like that, making sure that anyone who has once felt like an outcast is somehow included or seen, that's like you are very much channeling Elphaba. And you love music.
You're the best. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
That was so sweet. You're sweet. You're really sweet. I love you. Thank you.
It's about you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so what's inspiring you?
What's inspiring me? I mean, I'd
Wicked.
to say Wicked again, but I think what I'm gonna say is Chromacopia by Tyler. Just
the
because
creator?
I've been listening, the creator, Tyler. But I love it. It's very well, it's not too different. It's kind of got the Igor vibes, but yeah, I've been listening to it for the past 2 weeks and it's really cool.
I told him that it came out.
Like, I get in these ruts sometimes too where I don't know what to record, or I feel like I'm just so stale with what I record with music wise, but I love how Tyler like records, so it kind of like gives me new energy to like, oh, I should try something different. I should try something else. Yeah, so
that's good. He's a good person to.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. My next question was going to be, what would you recommend to someone? But we all know you're going to say, so if you can find me, look to the western sky. Okay. Yeah, we know that's what you would recommend. But is there anything else that you would recommend to someone right now?
I mean, I could recommend some like just classic stuff that I would always recommend. I'd recommend Rufus Wainwright's Poses.
Is that the one with California?
Yeah.
California.
California, cigarettes and chocolate milk, poses.
For those of you who don't know who Rufus Wainwright is, it's the guy who sings Hallelujah from Shrek.
Yeah. Yeah. He's awesome. Great singer, great songwriter. Dijon? Absolutely.
Oh, the guy who sings.
Is it Dijon? I don't
think
know. Is it Dijon mustard?
So Dijon mustard.
I would recommend Dijon mustard.
Is that the guy who
for your
sings
sandwiches for sure?
The dress song?
Yeah, the dress. Talk down.
Talk down, turn the radio down. I like it when you talk down.
When you speak. So that's a great one. What else? Let me think. Can I think of one more?
We'll put this on the playlist. We'll just put
okay.
Doug's top picks.
Yep.
Okay. So do we have time for one more question, or do you think we should wrap it?
For sure, we got time.
Okay. My last question is: should it be should it be my silly question, or should it be my serious question?
You want to do silly then serious?
But they could be lengthier answers, so let's just keep one.
Okay.
Okay, let me do serious. What's been your favorite piece of advice that someone's ever given you?
Whoa.
And why?
Whoa. Man. Favorite piece of advice someone's given me. Well, I'll go with something that somebody gave me not too long ago, but was still a great piece of advice. And he gave it to me in a very specific setting, but I think it applies to a bunch of different settings. But one of my coworkers gave me a piece of advice where he was saying how if you feel in your core that something's right, don't question it and don't put it off and don't be like, well, it might be, but like who knows in a couple years if it's not going to be right. And this could apply to anything. But he said if you feel like that is right and you know it's right in your heart, then it's right. And
so trust your gut.
Just trust your gut. So yeah, basically trust your gut is the essence of what he said. But I think it's a very good thing.
I think intuition is like so untapped. Like people don't realize the power that your intuition has, and like your own intelligence and stuff. Oh my gosh, and that could be a whole other episode on another day. I had a whole not breakdown, but like discussion with Doug in the summertime where it's like, are people born intelligent, or do we convince ourselves we're intelligent, or are you born with all of the same baseline of smarts as everybody, but like different people have different like boosts and like whole thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, though, that has nothing to do with intuition. I think intuition it's removed from intelligence. But I think that
there's something to be said for having good intuition.
Yeah.
Some people have better intuition than others.
Exactly, but I think that the tip that your coworker gave you of like if something's right, don't question if it's right.
Right.
In your own brain.
Yeah, something feels right.
Yeah, because I think feeling is. But there are different people in this world that function off of logic or feeling. I function off of emotion.
Yeah.
I think you function more off of logic.
Yeah.
And what makes most sense, which was why we're the perfect pair. Because I cry at all the things and laugh at all the things, and Doug actually uses his brain.
I can cry though too. Yeah. I can laugh too.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
But is there anything else that you'd like to add about the Doug episode? Maybe that's what we'll title this.
the
episode of Doug. Episode 1, Doug.
What could I add to it?
But this is a space where you'll be able to add to something every week, so it's okay if you'll miss out on something.
I think just looking back on like almost a quarter of my life, that has gone past me at this point. I think it's very interesting to see how, this just doesn't apply to me. It's of course for everybody, but just how like quickly things can change and how who you are as a person is constantly changing. Like I think there's certain things about you that you can't change. Like just who you are morally and who you like obviously your family and what are your core interests. Like I think those things will always kind of stay the same. But like I feel like I'm so much different than I was 2 years ago, so much different than I was 4 years ago. Going all the way back, like freaking high school was not that long ago. It was 6 years ago.
Yeah, but that's
6
kind
years
of a
ago.
long time ago. Kind of.
But over the course of your entire life, it's like nothing.
Well, we're still babies
Yeah, exactly. So
in the scheme of life.
what
not
does this
saying-
mean for Doug? What does this mean for Doug in the Doug episode? Yeah, I'm just constantly open to new things, trying new things. Like starting a podcast with this girl right here. What?
This
This
girl right here.
I'm even open to having a squishmallow. I never ever would have had a stuffed animal in my room until I met
And
Larkin.
guess who has a tiny... Okay, we've made baby steps. He just has a tiny little one that's named Tyrone. They're cute. They're sweet. No, I think that...
They're good to punt.
And welcome to my life. But I think, Douglas, you have had a great... No. You have had a great episode. I think people are going to really love getting to know you and who you are. And I just really wanted to highlight you because you're my favorite person on this whole planet.
Well, you mine.
Oh,
You
really?
mine too, yeah.
I love you and Hermie. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed our first full sit-down episode of TreeRoots. This was very exciting.
Spawn. Thank you, Larkin. Good job.
You're
Good job to
so
you.
welcome. And again, leave in the comments, and I'll ask on our Instagram at TreeRootsPod what you guys want to see. Maybe we'll ask some questions each week, or like give us like funny scenarios or whatever, and we'll add them into a podcast episode here or there. So anyway, thanks for learning about Doug. He's amazing, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys. Peace.
Not the point.
You
You said, see you guys.
I'm giving you the ick. Okay.
No.
See you. Bye.
Bye.